There's a ministry called the ministry of the Holy Spirit that is amazing on the earth if you'll enter into him by faith. If a Christian would stop waiting to feel delivered and get alone with God and start thanking him they are delivered, it would change your whole life. If a Christian would just get alone with God and start declaring that they have peace with the Father through the Son, they would know that peace. Instead of running to places where they're trying to get the impartation of peace. Because if you don't have the foundation of faith, life will shake you. If faith isn't your foundation, life will shake you. And you'll need another manifestation. I'm not against the working of Holy Spirit and the stuff he does. I could tell you a lot of stories myself, and I've been in a lot of places where cool things happen, and God just turned on the lights in people and delivered people and did amazing things, and the work of Spirit is amazing. Holy Spirit's incredible. But he still wants you to live from the foundation of faith. Because if you don't, life will rock you. Won't it? And sometimes everything lines up as a strategy and position to revive a stronghold and get you to believe something that's not true. And it's calculated, it's strategic, it's behind the scenes. You'd be amazed how that stuff works. And all of a sudden you give yourself permission for being a mess because 1, 2, 3, 4 in a row, and then you say, no wonder I feel this way. And we sell out. And if somebody tries to minister to us, we defend our position and say, well, you haven't been in my shoes. Isn't that common language? Strongholds, you cast them down. Bring them into obedience according to Christ. You hold them captive. What's that mean? That means everything that violates your heart and conscience that comes through your mind, you bring into obedience according to truth. It doesn't mean you fight the thought and battle the devil. You yield to truth. So if you're thinking a wicked thing, you don't even have a problem, do you? Because you already have an answer and you have truth and you have a covenant. So who cares the trash that just went through your mind when you can look up and say, God, I so thank you that you love me and that I'm clean in your sight. And that, Lord, my heart is never to sin, but Lord, I'm for you. And I just love you and thank you for building me in the things of the Spirit. And I thank you my life is so worth living and I am clean and pure in you. And that little thing that just spoke that to you is going, and Father, I just want to let you know that I am so glad for the day you came and changed my life forever. That old man has so died, and I am alive and new, and my life is so worth living in you. And you know why he would look like that? Because he's used to going, and Christians graying out and taking to heart what they hear and then going to ask for prayer because they sold short. Asking for prayer just because of what they're thinking. And then you know what the church does? The church accommodates and says, well, you're probably only halfway saved or there must be some lingering thing in you. It's not in you, it's outside trying to get back in. It's the biggest mistake we make in the church, I'm convinced of it. I would hang on a cross for that one. The church could crucify me for that one because that has gotten so big in the church that we're trying to get everything out of each other. And all we're doing in the process is saying that it's in us. Just because I have a thought, don't tell me it's in me. It's trying to get back in. It wants me again. And as soon as I submit to fear and call you and say, you need to deliver me, I think I have a stronghold of fear. I think I have something in my lineage, some curse. I think I need fear's rooted in me. Now I've just opened myself up for it to have a home. I don't have a spirit of fear. So if I'm feeling fear, it has nothing to do with the kingdom in me. It has nothing to do with Christ in me. I don't need you to pray for me to cast it out of me. I need you to build me up in who I am. You overcome lies with truth. I'm real strong on that one and real passionate. I really am. There was a time in my life I heard curse words towards Holy Spirit for 9 months. I had folks that do certain levels of ministry presumptuously say, well, if you'd have come to us, we could have set you free. You wouldn't have had to go through 9 months. That's what they said. Arrogance. They're going to find one day they're very wrong. That's high-minded. Because Holy Spirit told me that every time I heard the voice to tell Holy Spirit how I really feel about him. And after 9 months, I had a relationship, 6 months, I had a relationship with Holy Spirit that was so incredible and so real at 9 months old in the Lord, because it was 3 months saved when I started having the voice. What those ministers would have told me is that I was only partially saved and there was something still in me from before. And it would have had to surrender my identity and that thing that I was already established, and I had to give that up to get ministry. I ain't giving nothing up. It's way too late, and ain't nobody talking me out of this. It isn't a need to be right. It's not elevating my personal experience above others. It's the gospel that makes you free. It's not going on a witch hunt and rolling stones and opening doors. It's proclaiming truth. And if you'll continue in his word, you'll know the truth. Not continue in your feelings and what seems right and other people's analogies, but if you'll continue in his word. Well, I don't feel clean. Are you clean? Well, I don't feel clean. Are you clean? But I don't feel clean. Are you clean? See, that's all I know. That's all I'll counsel you. So it doesn't even matter to me that you don't feel clean. It matters to me that I can look you in the eyes and tell you you are. And I'll camp there long enough till you believe it. And if you choose not to believe it, you'll just have to deal with that and answer for that. But that's your privilege, but you're called to believe it. And here's what I've been told by a lot of folks. Well, Dan, you don't understand. Not everybody can believe that. So then we accommodate their unbelief and come up with another way. I will not accommodate your unbelief. I will call you to rise to faith. If God said that every man has the measure of faith, don't you tell me that not everybody can believe that when he called us to live by faith. Yes, you can. I will not accommodate the weakness of flesh. I will drive it out of you or you will run away. One or the other. You'll go find another way. Here's the good news. You can be free right now, starting by faith. You can have joy right now. You can know you're clean right now. You want me to prove it? Because this isn't my doctrine. I read this book. I have lived in this book. I haven't lived here. And I haven't lived through experiences. I don't think much of experiences. I won't let experiences define God or your life. This is who you are. And I'm real adamant about this one. I've seen this whole topic that I'm on right now do so much damage and subvert the clear preaching of the finished work of Christ to where we honor what he's done and become a living product of his finished work.